right, everybody, welcome to Falcon Focus at Perris Lake. This is the launch of our first Peli parent podcast that we have created to connect with our community. And so, of course, we wanted to start off with our first show with bringing on Miss Sonya Rezkalah, who is the Administrator for Family Engagement with Riverside County Office of Education. So, Ms. Rezkalah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today, Lee.
Absolutely. We are so excited to have you here. And just a little background, Sonya used to work with Perris Union for many years, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Overseeing
family engagement.
Yes,
at
absolutely.
the district office. So it's coming back home.
It is coming back home. And so we were like, what better way to start off than having somebody that really built the foundation for family engagement here at the district, but being able to launch this communication piece, for our families. So thank you for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome. Pleasure.
So why don't we start off? I mean, you started with Perris Union, but what does that work now look like being over the county?
Oh, let me just say, first off, again, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Truly an honor to be here. It is like coming back home. The work that was done here at Perris Union was phenomenal. Worked with a phenomenal team of parent engagement liaisons.
Yes.
And just offering that training piece, the connection piece, making sure that we had a system in place to be able to offer a strong foundation of family engagement to our families, and that connection has thrived here.
Yeah.
So now moving to the county, it's just a whole other platform, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I am now able to connect countywide with different districts, different parent engagement centers, practitioners that do the work,
Right.
and offer similar training that I did here at Perris Union, but at a grander scale, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, it's been amazing. The feedback has been wonderful, and we have people that are truly seeking those tools and the connection to be able to build strong programs in their schools.
Yeah, I think that that's the piece that's kind of missing, in schools, is that I think sometimes in the home, they want to look at it as it's the school's not problem per se, but you guys deal with the student when they get there. But there really is this relationship that needs to be bridged between the school and the parent so that we can do this as a family,
100%.
right? And so I think that's where you're doing like amazing work, is like, how do we bridge those two communities together?
Yes, 100%.
What would you say are like some of the highlights that you guys are doing at RCOE to build that connection?
So we offer family engagement network trainings and leadership labs, and these are for our practitioners. Everyone and anyone that does the family engagement work, they come out to, we provide them with the training.
Yeah.
Now, part of that training is looking at what your engagement piece looks like in your school districts. Have you been trained? Are you training your liaisons? What do your flyers look like? How does your communication piece look like? Like the technical side of the work.
Right.
Aside from the technical side of the work, we enhance the importance of building trust with your families.
Absolutely.
That connection, if you don't start with trust, nothing will work.
Yeah.
See, our families want to feel like they're connected, like they're feeling like this is my school, I have a sense of pride, and I can go to someone that's going to understand me.
Right.
So when we build that sense of trust with our families, that partnership, it just all goes full circle to that student success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I like that you really keyed in on the trust part. I'd like to believe that that's what we're doing well here at Perris Lake, is because a lot of times the trauma in the home and that bridge of education, they've lost that trust.
Yes.
And so we're trying to build that back to say that when the students come to us, this is their home. This is a place of safety. We treat them just as though they're our kids as well.
Yes.
And so I think that when we rebuild that trust, that's why the parents want to be involved in it. And I think that's why we've been successful in building that communication piece and that collaboration. You had mentioned the liaisons, like they're amazing. Like Perris Union has amazing liaisons that they go above and beyond, and they make the families feel important and supported, and they make every event feel fun and engaging.
Yes, yes.
And so I just want to shout out the liaisons and the amazing work they're
pretty
doing,
incredible.
which is part of the big team you built when you were here, and I think they've just continued with that work that you established.
Yeah, I mean, we had to build trust within each other. In order for us to provide the services that we wanted, correct? We needed to make sure that we were a team,
Right.
that we understood our strengths. I don't like to say weaknesses, but the things that we could probably work on, enhance on, get more professional development on. So when you have a strong team, strong unit, you're providing quality services to families.
Right.
And I have to also highlight, yes, Perris Lake is doing a phenomenal job when it comes to family engagement.
Well, we don't want to, we're not going to
Yes.
brag. But
And when I say phenomenal, it's yes, you've built that trust with your families. You have students that do come with that trauma, but you also have their parents that come in with that trauma.
Right.
We all go through a trauma at one point in our lives. We all try
Absolutely.
to figure this out together. So you're offering the parents the tools that they need to better themselves so they can help their children succeed. So when you give that parent the tools to be able to work on their mental health, their wellness,
Absolutely.
financial literacy, all these workshops that are offered here, now they have the tools to actually connect and talk to their child, and it just works hand in hand.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's amazing. Well, one thing I would like to know, and I think our parents that'll be watching, is where do you see this going? Like your vision for what you're building with the county. Where do you see this in the next year or two?
My goal is to make sure that we build strong partnerships with our families countywide, that we are servicing all of our families. There's no focus groups. Everyone and anyone will receive the services, and that when our families go to their school campuses, that they feel connected. There's a sense of pride. So offering the behind-the-scenes trainings for our liaisons, our practitioners, and the people that do the work, and let me tell you, it's not easy work.
Right.
It's behind the scenes. There's a lot of work. Putting on a workshop, a conference, an event takes a lot of logistics behind the scenes.
Yeah.
From purchasing snacks, setting up tables, working on flyers, connecting with the families, calling the parents, and hoping that parents show up.
That they show.
Right?
Right.
But also offering the tools to our practitioners at the county level that if your parents don't show up in person, let's do hybrid. Let's connect with them virtually. Let's create a video and highlight it and blast it to our families so they can connect, because we have working parents too.
That's true.
So we need to find a medium, a way to where we communicate, connect, and engage with our families in meaningful ways.
Right.
So my goal is to make sure that we take that countywide. And it all starts with one.
That's
and then
right.
it trickles and it trickles and it trickles. And my goal is to make sure that we offer quality training, quality professional development, and that it's being showcased at the schools. And schools are already doing that work.
Right.
And I just want to make sure I highlight the great work that they're doing.
That's awesome. And that's exactly what we feel like we're trying to do, is like we have to meet people where they're at
Exactly.
now. Like things have changed. Like
Oh, yeah.
most people are not reading an email or anything like that. So we're like, okay, everybody's watching podcasts. Let's create a podcast.
This
Like
works.
it's more important for us to engage in these conversations where people can watch it in their free time,
Right.
but also be able to connect with like the conversations, So as we move forward, we're going to have my assistant principal, Ms. Ramos, who's over our Peli. She's going to start having conversations, and we're going to have parents joining us at this table.
That's phenomenal.
We want to hear their voice, what's going well, what's not going well, because
Right.
that's where we want to work on the improvement. But those are the conversations that only through this podcast we can get that out there to share it with everybody.
That's that parent-to-parent connection. So
Right.
now they're not just listening to you. Our families are
Absolutely.
not just hearing from the principal, correct? They're going to be listening from a parent's perspective
Absolutely. Yep.
to the community. That's where you build that connection.
Yeah.
And that's where you get people interested to see, oh my gosh, my friend is on a podcast. What is Perris Lake doing? How do I get on that?
Yeah.
How do I share my feedback as to how I want improvement happening at my child's school?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're hoping. And again, it doesn't even always have to be led by, an admin or things like that.
Yeah.
We're hoping that parents will just say, hey, we were
Yes.
talking about this the other day. We were at back to school, and we just want to talk about that conversation. So we
Yes.
encourage people to just come in and use this platform. The communication is the key to all of it. So that's the direction we're hoping to go with
That's wonderful.
all this, and my amazing team and Mr. Brian and Mr. Lumba that helped put this studio together with the vision of our
It's
students
wonderful.
and families utilizing it. So we're excited about where we're going.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
you. Great things are
Thank
going to
you.
happen here at Perris Lake. I have no doubt, and I look forward to highlighting the great work that's happening with the Parent Engagement Leadership Institute. That's
Yes.
phenomenal. And you're going to have parents coming in and connecting, and that's, again, you're building that trust, that
Yeah.
connection, sense of pride.
Well, I hope that we can get you back. So that way,
would
because we
love
would love
it.
to have you as part of the conversations with our parents, because just sharing what's going on at the level from the county, but also for them to have that voice to feel like they're being
Yes.
able to share with you what's going on.
Yes.
So hopefully we can have you come back and join
I
us
would love
at
to.
at the table.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
that.
coming.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We will see you on our next episode of the Peli Parent Podcast. Have a good one.